My name is Elizabeth Ponder. I'm an attorney in Morehead City, North Carolina. My practice focuses mainly on estates, veterans law, and Social Security benefits. I was subjected to the mandatory evacuations due to Hurricane Florence. I had to leave my home, but when I returned, I saw devastation and destruction everywhere. Many of my neighbors had lost their homes and others were lacking the basic needs of food and water. With some friends, I had decided to organize a housing fair. I had heard that the residents at Crystal Coast Apartments had received a letter from their property management stating that they needed to vacate within 72 hours. This was on a Friday. I went over there on the following Sunday and walked around door to door to see if I could assist them with short-term housing. One of the residents had given me the letter that the property management had provided to them. The letter just didn't seem right. I read it. I am not a landlord-tenant attorney, but just something felt wrong in my gut.
This storm hit coastal areas with high property values, hit land that's very valuable for tourism and can bring in some really high dollar tenants. So, in the aftermath of Florence, we saw a lot of apartment complexes get hit and devastated by the storm. What we do to assist there is we make sure that in a situation where tenants receive notices to vacate or told that they can't return to their homes after a storm, we go out first of all and we talk to those tenants and we make sure that the property really is damaged to the point where they ought to be having to leave. And then we work with the landlords and we work with local government agencies like inspectors to make sure that the tenants' rights are preserved, and that if they are able to return, that actually happens and it happens in a timely fashion.
Reached out to Legal Aid of North Carolina. Janine Soufan was one of the attorneys that I spoke with, and she was fabulous. She immediately got on the ball and started speaking with her supervisor about what they should do. They had suggested that I tell the residents to call legal aid so that they could set up a claim and start investigating what was going on. One of those residents was Emily Cates. Emily had worked very hard on her home and was very proud of where she was living. However, she also received a letter to vacate. She was somebody that needed help. She needed help in the legal sense. She needed somebody to stand up for her rights that she didn't know how to do on her own.
Hi, I'm Emily Cates. I'm a tenant out at Crystal Coast Apartments. I've lived there for almost 2 years, and I was one of the tenants that received a 72-hour notice to vacate my home.
Carteret County was destroyed by the hurricane. Many houses, rentals, apartments, condos have been severely damaged and they were unlivable. The hotel situation was laughable at that moment. Many of the hotels in this area are small to begin with, and any damage would cause them to completely shut down. There was no short-term housing available. When Crystal Coast residents had received the letter that they needed to vacate, there was no housing available, especially affordable housing. The only place that they could go for a roof over their head was the emergency shelter set up at the Leon Mann Center in Morehead City. They had a maximum capacity of 70 people at the Leon Mann Center. Crystal Coast Apartments housed more than 200 people, 86 of which were children. There was no place for these people to go It was imminent homelessness if they could not stay in their residence.
Our sense of security was being taken away from us, our stability, and our homes. We were losing our homes and we didn't know what to do, who to reach out to, or how to act. Ms. Ponder reached out to us. She did a walk around and gathered names of the tenants who lived in the home, and if we had any pets, if we had anywhere to go, and she also just wanted to know what she could do. We were told to reach out to legal aid.
I learned about the Crystal Coast situation when Janine's supervisor reached out to me to let me know that all of the tenants, many of whom were in subsidized units, were being made to vacate. Immediately, I called Legal Aid's litigation director, Celia Pistolis, and we developed a plan to assist.
First off, we were told what rights we have as tenants, which none of us were aware of. And it was really relieving. It was, I'm sorry. There's a really big sense of relief when legal aid came in and helped us out. Really hope that we can go home really soon, and have that sense of security back with our homes. Really love the word to get out. We're not the only complex that this has happened to, and I would really love for everybody to know that legal aid is there to help.